Most people have the wrong idea about the common cold.
No, him.
I'm sure many of you have heard this saying before. Being in the cold will cause you to catch a cold. But is that actually true? Biologically speaking, you could stand in a freezer at negative 40 degrees for a week and never get sick. I would worry more about hypothermia or frostbite, but that's beside the point. The point is, a cold is never actually caused by cold temperatures, but is always caused by viruses. Specifically, these annoying little viruses known as rhinoviruses. They are one of the most common viral infections that affect humans, and they are what actually cause the common cold. The common cold is classified as a viral upper respiratory syndrome that can be caused by over 200 different viruses. But rhinoviruses are the predominant cause for the majority of common cold cases around the world. These viruses are small and non-enveloped, meaning they don't have an outer lipid layer like some other viruses, but rather a strong protein-tough shell called a capsid, which allows them to survive on everyday surfaces for hours, or even up to a whole day. They like to be in your respiratory tract, which allows them to be transmitted airborne via respiratory droplets. So when an infected person coughs or sneezes, these droplets can linger in the air and enter your airways, which is why the cold is so contagious. Adults usually catch it 2 to 4 times a year, which is crazy to think about. And that brings us back to the ultimate mystery. If the cold weather isn't causing your cold, why do you get sick every winter? Well, that's because the cold weather basically gives these viruses a huge power-up by being the perfect environment for them to reproduce. Colder, dry winter air allows viral droplets to stay in the air for longer without breaking down. And when it's cold outside, our behaviors change. We stuff ourselves in warm, poorly ventilated, and crowded areas, causing us to be closer to one another and increasing the risk of viral transmission. But the ultimate secret isn't just about dry air or crowded rooms. It's about what happens inside your nostrils. When viruses enter your nostrils and then your respiratory tract, your body has 2 primary defense mechanisms: an innate immune response and an adaptive immune response. The innate immune response is the immediate protection against the virus. Mucus and cilia that line your respiratory tract physically trap and sweep away viral invaders so that they can be coughed out or swallowed. Any infected cells release antiviral signals called interferons, which interfere with uninfected cells to cause them to produce more antiviral proteins to prevent the virus from replicating. But as the virus continues to replicate and the innate immune system can't handle it, the adaptive immune response takes over. Infected cells start releasing distress chemicals like cytokines and chemokines, causing white blood cells like neutrophils and macrophages to be released and destroy infected tissue and viral particles. They do this through phagocytosis, where they physically engulf viral particles. Neutrophils are generally short-lived. They die pretty quickly after engulfing the viruses. Macrophages, on the other hand, can last a lot longer. These cells work kind of like biological scouts. They break down the virus, carry them to your lymph nodes, and activate T and B cells to produce antibodies, which help your body fight the virus. In simpler terms, your body is very complex and very capable of preventing viral infections. Except when your nose gets cold. The problem with cold air is that it dries out your mucous membranes, which decreases the effectiveness of the mucus being able to trap the virus. Colder temperatures also slow down cell metabolism, meaning those warning signals that are sent out travel much slower. And at lower temperatures, rhinoviruses actually function much more efficiently. These factors combined allow the virus to replicate significantly faster, causing you to get infected a hell of a lot easier. So no, cold weather won't magically create a virus out of thin air, but it does make it a lot easier for you to get sick. So next time it's freezing outside, don't worry about catching the cold from the air itself, but maybe stay a few feet away from whoever's sniffling.
Mom, what